We need some order here. We need some order. No, this is the stage. You need to be in the audience. You need to be backstage. You're backstage now.
There's no murder by your friends Hamas. He's done it again. No, we got him on film.
What I would say
Can we just follow up with this man quickly? Sorry.
We have three Zionists who made it all about themselves.
This is it. And then he says there's no hostages.
Remember,
What about those
I'm here to show
murdered
that
in the last
Zionists
24
don't
hours?
respect the laws of free speech, and our
Look at
conversation will reliably
They're
break
white
down
people like
just
you.
because I support
They're
Palestine.
not Pakistanis or blacks
It's a mental
or
illness.
Japanese or Chinese.
I bow having proved my point. Yeah.
Can I just
Thank
follow
you,
up
sir.
this man briefly?
You've wrecked the only talk going on.
One second. This man here, you were proposing that science and religion are antithetical and in a sense one cancels out the other. The reason science developed, well, sorry if I misunderstood, the reason science developed in the West is because when you recognize the existence of God and that God is a rational being who created a rational world, then you recognize that this world we're going to study makes sense. And that's how science developed in the West. So they actually complement each other rather than being antithetical, which I thought you said, but maybe you're wrong. Maybe I was wrong.
Well, the point I have is that once you've got no faith and you've got no belief in anything beyond material, then you let your life be governed by modelling. And everything that was done to me and, all of us, put your hand up if you did not enjoy the lockdown. Right? And the people that did enjoy the lockdown, can you show a bit of empathy for the people that didn't? For those women locked in apartments with abusive partners?
What about in
or
China?
single mothers?
Brother, you're not allowed China. They had a lockdown over there. They locked down the whole appliance. This guy just tickling all the time. It was a Chinese conflict. It was a report from China.
I didn't blame the Jews this time. I actually think it was our government.
Brother, you need to get a plant and stand over there. You'll get your own audience. Definitely.
No, Steve, remember, the point is to prove that people that support the genocidal state of Israel it is. People that support the genocide in Israel don't let me speak. They forget their manners. They forget that Speaker's Corner is supposed to be a place where you let people speak.
You're doing it again, brother.
You let people speak. And reliably, the only people
that
do not let me speak are the people that want to see more Palestinians sodomized by the IDF. The people that think that's fine.
Who started October the 7th? He's doing it again. You're getting the record, bro. This guy's getting the record. Let the man in blue speak.
Yeah.
Please stop interrupting and knocking the show. It's not right.
Well, my point is they're Jews, so what's the big deal? Because why must we derail the conversation to talk about Jews and Zionists in Israel when every single person that has shot a baby in the face in Palestine is Jewish?
No. What about
now watch where it goes. They're about to say, actually, don't you know, a small percentage of the IDF are actually Arabs. I don't think they're the ones taking joy in killing the other
guy
Arabs.
who was kidnapped, his name is Farhan. He got released. Can I just answer
I can do.
Let me answer. No, I want to answer this.
I'm not stopping anyone talking.
No, sorry. The mistake
I've
was
seen a lot of Arabs.
Come on, brother, calm down.
All right.
Have you been to Israel? Yeah, I've been there, and I've spoken to Arabs as well.
I don't use the word Hamas, I say Palestinian orphans.
I say terrorists.
More accurate.
So if you get orphans, you get to unalive Israelis.
That's your logic. You raped our women, apparently, therefore let's bomb all of you.
Let me
That's
just do
your
a follow
logic.
up with this man here. Who asked a very,
You don't understand me.
a very legit.
Anyway, everyone wants to hear this conversation.
No, not everybody, only him once.
The men in the
No, look, it's only him once.
Men with the decorum that we would like to hear.
I think the clarification that's necessary here is if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, you're saying the Jews as a category and Zionists are really one and the same thing. The fact of the matter is, the fact of the matter is, the category of the Jews is much broader than Zionism. There may well be loads of Jews who are not Zionists. But as Nick explained earlier, what is the essential identity of the Jews? It is rejection of Jesus Christ. Now, the owner of Pornhub is a rabbi called Solomon Friedman. I don't know if he's a Zionist, but if you're promoting pornography and you say you're a rabbi and you're a Jew, then that reinforces Nick's point, which is enemies of the moral order.
Pornhub as well has found out, I bet a lot of people here are, but Pornhub has been discovered in court to be a criminal enterprise, if people actually know what that is, which means that they have been intimidating and harassing any whistleblowers and doing whatever they can to wreck the reputations of Pornhub whistleblowers. Anyone who's been trying to say this is a trafficking operation.
And also they got caught like saying they push transgender porn into people.
Well, they do, but that's sort of Project Veritas-y, quite minor stuff compared to. It's a website where unverified videos of children being raped are everywhere. I think compared to they're like, ooh, they're trying to turn people gay by getting them to watch tranny porn. It's like. It's human trafficking. It's the same exact setup as the Epstein thing.
Epstein.
And what did you just tell me about the owner of Pornhub?
He's a rabbi.
He's a trained rabbi.
Now, what's going on here? Why is there a complete
training.
glut of rabbis denouncing Jews for wretched behavior? Can you find me the rabbi that denounced Jeffrey Epstein? There's only one rabbi that I can find who's been excommunicated as a rabbi. Even Rabbi Shmuley is free to sort of grope children and whatever he does, he's an abomination. But the Jews don't seem to denounce Rabbi Shmuley. I don't remember the guy's name, but it was a Vice expose about child abuse in a massive scale going on in Orthodox Jewish communities, right? I think it's question church. No, I know we can make this. We can say that.
What about the Ayatollahs in Iran?
In this with the Catholics, there was a Hollywood movie made about them called Spotlight. So the entire world, the entire world heard about the Catholic Church.
Also paid millions of reputations as well.
Yeah, I know they did. Who runs Hollywood? Who are the producers?
Now they're Jews.
Yeah, but they are.
Who runs Goldman Sachs?
But they are. Hollywood is very much run by Jews. If they say it, they can brag about it. If I say it, I'm an anti-Semite.
Well, just to answer his question, I'm a Catholic. He's right, but everybody knows, and you can.
Shame on you.
Hang on. But I'm
the top people.
What we're saying is the Jews don't denounce one
Including
another.
the Ayatollahs in Iran.
That rabbi who blew the whistle.
And ministers are corrupt.
Ayatollahs.
Yeah, all
And
rabbis.
all of them.
Every
Not
single.
rabbis, priests, everybody in control, manipulates the population for their own good.
Well, I can't see the
That
Catholics
is so
committing a
generous.
genocide on their neighbours right now. I can't.
They did before, during the
Right now,
Inquisition.
what? Sorry, are as
Yes.
many Palestinians being killed right now? No, they're
What
not.
about the Second World War when 20 million
God's
Soviet
sake.
Union?
How many Palestinian
What about
babies have to die
What if the
before
church
I'm allowed to say
You need to get your
Jews
own
are
thing.
doing bad things? They are, aren't they?
There's another one over
No, but they're
there.
not. How is blowing off a child's jaw defending yourself?
Well, how about killing a baby with a sword when they attack the...
Why are you applauding collective punishment? Why don't you
Who started it?
against terror?
But it's not self-defense. You would have to be mentally deranged to suggest that killing children in these numbers is in any way self-defense. And that's why I say you are deranged if you are a Zionist. If you are a Zionist, you are deranged, sir. And eventually they give up and go away because they don't want to look in the mirror. Vampires
Because
can't
they've
see
been
their own
invited for
reflection.
dinner.
Can I just ask you a question? If you're at Israel, what would you do after the concept?
Leave Palestine!
Where is Palestine? Where is Palestine? Where?
It's currently full of maniac Jews
Have you
having
had-
psytrance
Yeah.
parties
But
every
you're
time
this
there's one
generous.
baby.
Do you have Palestinian Airlines?
I'm pretty sure it's the
Or a
gay capital of the
passport.
world,
Yeah.
isn't it?
You're being disingenuous with that answer because obviously Benjamin Netanyahu wasn't going to sign away Israel. You have to be realistic. Because obviously Israel wasn't.
I think you're working in a framework where Benjamin Netanyahu is the prime
No,
minister.
I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't care if you like him, but I see him as the leader of the world's worst terrorist camp. Right? You see him as like a prime minister or a president or an official world leader who should be flying around and looting these people. I don't. He's the world's worst terrorist.
Some Arab nations are very friendly with him. Like the
Can we say
UAE.
once again? I would like to take a contribution from somebody who is not a rabid Zionist. Would anyone like to talk? represent who is
Big nose of London.
Let's talk.
Ask him about
You guys like to tell us about
Hello.
because you might actually know more. And I wanted to show because I'm trying to have more money. I am trying to have a conversation that involves more people. Okay, that's so yeah, we already mentioned
Or the Nakba, whichever you like. They don't want to talk about the Nakba, but we'll talk about it.
yeah, exactly. No, we
Hang on, you're not understanding.
But you don't condemn the Nakba because if you condemn the Nakba, then you would
What
be.
about the Intifada?
Let me talk. And of course, I don't condemn an intifada. I don't
These guys have
condemn
to stop
uprisings.
Answer the question.
Nail boiling a bunch of children.
Resistance, innit?
You can't defend
Going into
Palestine
Castle
doing
blowing
anything
yourself up with a
without.
load of other children.
Dude,
That's resistance.
Sorry, the man has.
2 ears, 1 mouth, yeah? I don't believe in
No, hang on.
Hang on.
Hang on.
but we're not talking about Israel Palestine.
Hang on.
We're talking about manners and etiquette. We are talking
You
about
can get your own
manners
place
and
over there.
etiquette. You can't look at me in the eye, can you? Go for it. Right, there we go. We're looking at each other in the eye. I'm at Speaker's Corner. I brought a green here so that I can speak, preferably uninterrupted by wankers. And the only people that interrupt me are routinely people that support the Holocaust being conducted by Jews in Palestine, right? Every time. They're the only people that interrupt me. Now, why is this so predictable? Because they don't know my name, they don't know my history, they don't know that I'm called
You're
Nick,
a
and I've got a
terrorist
YouTube.
sympathizer.
They don't, yeah, exactly. That's all they know about me. Not even wearing the
Hamas
keffiyeh.
terrorist.
This is my proof that Zionism is narcissism writ large, because they are incapable of seeing the world as not about them. They see someone on a box at Speaker's Corner and they go, "Oh, I'm going to walk over there." And that's because, what does chutzpah mean? Chutzpah is a word that only exists in Hebrew, right?
Jewish.
No other culture has, no other culture has a word for chutzpah, because it's not a value that we would see as virtuous. To display chutzpah means to smash boundaries and borders. That's what it means. And so that's what's going on right now. I stand here and watch my boundaries get smashed. Watch the way that they occupy my land. The Zionists occupy my space that I have come down here and I have the right to do every time. Now, I'm probably the angriest I've ever been about this because I'm actually wearing my private anti-flag show right now and I'm boiling, and so it's getting me really hot under the collar. So if I look like I'm getting frustrated, 50% of it is that. Normally I'm better at keeping my cool. But this is a real issue. It's just narcissism. Do you guys agree with me, by the way? Because this is the social experiment. I'm not actually here to like talk about the Nakba and AIPAC and that, because I genuinely believe it's black and white. I believe there is nothing good about anything Israel has ever done. Yeah, exactly. And he's like, I condemn the Nakba. No, you don't, because if you condemn the Nakba, you can support the right of every single Palestinian to return to home. All of it. And the right to you have to support. Yeah, exactly. Armed resistance. Like crazy idea. Armed resistance. And if there's only one group who can do armed resistance in Palestine and they happen to be called Hamas, I can't condemn them because they're the only Oh yeah, exactly. This is the problem, is that I don't see the Jews as a race that are victims that need to be protected. I see them as people that have a religious text called the Talmud and also the Torah, which tells them that they are God's chosen people and they're very special. And the lives of one Jew is always worth the lives of, I don't know the exact sum, but something like 10,000 goyim. And you actually get to watch it on display because they scream, "What about the nail bombing? What about this? What about this baby that got cut in half by Hamas?" If we're talking about numbers...
Allegedly, there's no proof.
Normal people,
except from the hostage that gave first-hand testimony about raping Israeli
normal people like me, say I'm an Englishman.
Yeah, in Western society, we're supposed to believe all women, but when it's Israeli women, we don't do that, do we?
What about Ethiopian Jews who get castrated?
Well, first of all, it wasn't castration; it was birth control.
So why?
Because you said sterilisation. I can do it, but it's a different terminology.
The point is that if a Jew gets injured by a Palestinian in an act of resistance against being occupied, that can be used to justify a genocide. They said, will you condemn this? Well, why should I? Because
Two
what's
wrongs
really
don't
done-
make a right, my friend.
You're denying the Holocaust.
I never denied it.
So you agree a Holocaust?
It's more nuanced than just saying it's evil.
No. Is it a Holocaust? Is it a Holocaust?
Holocaust is referring to what happened in World War II.
No, you killing more than 100 Holocaust.
Are we killing him now? No.
So what?
That's where it is.
We can't have a conversation if you're still there. No, but we can't. You're making me turn around and get
This is the
So,
audience.
the question is, does the word Holocaust have a specific dictionary meaning, or does it mean the bad thing that happened to the Jews 80 years ago?
You know,
What
it's
does the word
it's a
Holocaust
criminal
mean?
offense to deny the Holocaust, by the way, so I've been very careful.
I'm asking the word Holocaust. What is the dictionary definition of the word Holocaust?
You be careful what you say.
Burnt offerings. I'll give you that.
But Holocaust never again. It just means for the Jews, right?
And that's the other thing as well, is if you're supposed to be learning the lessons of the Holocaust, saying we must make sure nothing like this ever happens again, you don't get to use it to justify doing another one in Palestine.
We have two meanings here. You have one meaning and then the historical meaning.
Well, I'm more interested in the meaning of the word.
Yeah. So the destruction or slaughter on mass scale, especially caused by fire or nuclear war.
Has that happened in the last year?
So he's nuclear war.
That was an or, I think. That said or, not and.
Yeah.
So does what's happened in Gaza over the last year qualify according to that definition which you just read out?
Wait, it's more nuanced.
You are copywriting the term Holocaust for the Jews.
Okay,
and you're saying that if something just as bad ever happens to any group or comparable, or if anything that actually fits the definition of the dictionary definition of Holocaust, we must not use it because of the poor Jews. And I don't feel sorry for the Jews anymore because of how they're acting.
Okay,
right? I've been told that I need to spare Jewish feelings because some Orthodox Jews that don't support Israel might be sad. I don't know, might be offended. I'm sure they understand what I'm doing here. But the point is, I need to be able to say the Jews without getting arrested and banned and shouted at. It's true.
Can you answer? No, you've had a go.
Let me respond.
Hang on.
Let me respond.
This man had a question.
Let me
about
respond.
impact. You want to talk about it, maybe?
Let me respond real quick.
Thank you.
What do you think the effect AIPAC is having on the current state of affairs with regards to
Kamala Harris is going to get elected.
Hang on.
I think it's destroying America. It's destroying America because all the American people have to pick one or two candidates that largely they don't support. Right? I'll tell you why. People that are politically engaged hate Israel. People that are sleeping don't really know, and they think, oh, I'm more left-wing or more right-wing. But the far left opposes Israel. Far right opposes Israel. Religious Muslims, they oppose Israel. Anyone that actually...
Yeah, for different reasons, though.
Yeah,
we have morals, that's our reason.
Weird?
No, because you don't like the fact that Israel is territories is in Alaska Moss, which Hamas even admits. Hamas only has interest.
They took it.
No, because Jordan is made up of the large...
Why are you desperate to defend it if you don't live there?
Why am I desperate to defend it?
Why?
I don't
Because they are committing a Holocaust, as we've already...
Well, they've got a definition of Holocaust and genocide. Genocide is the intention of in part of a whole...
Imagine doing this to justify what...
Oh, no. Hey, if you interrupt me, I can't make my
The
point.
question is
You're
why.
very good at this.
The question is why.
I can defend it. Do you know the original British mandate?
That's why only Jews count. Go on.
Okay. So, when Hamas makes genocidal statements, will you also condemn it?
Well, we're going to claim that Hamas want all Jews dead. That's the claim, isn't it?
Well, you have higher ups.
Genocidal against
You have
Jews.
higher ups like Fafi Hamad who say that we must attack the Jews out of the diaspora.
I don't think Hamas has any intentions against the Jews in other countries.
So quoting religious scripture about the unaliving of all Jews at the end of days, that's pretty bad, right? Is that bad?
I'm not going to condemn it.
You're not going to condemn it, brilliant. So when Hamas in their founding charter, which they were elected on in 2007, when they quote hadiths talking about
Brother,
the
you're
unaliving
proving
of
your
Jews at the end of days.
point. You're proving your own point.
You have no idea how gross this looks
This looks
to
really
everyone.
bad.
I
I condemn Israel, and I condemn Israel.
What he's saying is actually in the Quran.
Show me where. Show me where. It's in the hadith.
Show me where. What's that?
You want the hadith?
It's weird, right? It's weird. If every
the Hadith. You know how many books are in the Hadith?
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
Does he know what Hadith?
I don't think he does.
Yeah, Hadith. After the time of Muhammad talking about what he did at the time.
Because the Muslims aren't.
I don't condemn Islam. I don't like it, but I don't believe in supporting Hamas.
Why
not? Because they're religious extremists. Because
What about settler violence in West Bank?
I condemn
There's
it.
no Hamas there.
I condemn it.
Okay.
I don't like Israel. That's the point I was trying to make. I don't like
So
Israel.
why should Israel stop the bombing of Gaza?
They should stop bombing.
Okay, why are
And
you
Hamas should
agreeing
do
with
it.
them? Go out there and say, I want Israel to
I literally
stop.
said to him thousands of times, I don't like He's just arguing for the sake of it. No, I'm not arguing for the sake of it. I know Hamas are religious extremists. They are. Because the original. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me explain my point. So the original British man. Let me explain my point. This is the.
Tell him.
Many say they call the Jews liars.
Completely condemn all of Israel's actions, settler violence, the sterilization of Ethiopians, condemn the bombing of Gaza.
I condemn it, but you weren't listening to the point I was making, were you? Arab kids don't mean nothing. They do. You're not letting me listen to points. Let me make my point, right? You can walk away. You can walk away because you're young. You don't understand politics. You're absolutely clueless.
Even though the opponent they're fighting, they are doing stuff that you condemn yourself. You condemn.
Thank you. I support. Let me just give you. I support the PLO more than I support Hamas because I believe the PLO were nationalists, right? And Hamas were originally. That's what my point. I also agree with you.
Quran says Allah's word is the final revelation. Muhammad is the seal of our prophet. You'll never find Jews or Christians use anybody book as a reference to any topic. Never. Use the Quran only. When you use the Quran only, I pull the rug from on your foot. I told Lamin and I say it again, it's going to come. Use the Quran only. Nobody doesn't want to use it. Nobody. They never want to use the Quran. That's funny. They never want to use the Quran. Without Christianity, Islam has no stand. Because 90% of the characters in Quran, they are biblically taken from. Who are these men that I know? The worst one I've read up to find out. Mary is the sister of Aaron. That's what I was saying. Hold on. For that, Aaron is the brother of Moses. For Mary to be the sister of Aaron, she'd have to be 99 years of age to give birth. That's what I was trying to say the other last week. Right. We don't worship Mary. You take a little bit of fables and you put it get an edit and say this could have been. If it came to confirm what was written, it needs to have this stuff.
So what I think should happen is you get two states. Like apparently, and that leads on to like a joint government.
That help Israel stop bombing.
Like I said to you, I agree. I don't like Israel.
Why am I saying?
I literally said to him,
You're coming across as justifying Israel.
I got a bit annoyed because recently 6 Israeli hostages died in tunnels.
Why, who's bombing?
Who's bombing? Was it Hamas?
So if I had your family hostage, I have your entire family hostage. Are you going to bomb where I'm?
They didn't die, but
You're going to bomb the entirety of London.
I'm telling you, look into it.
So where is being bombed right now?
They didn't die by bombing.
No, it doesn't matter.